what they do is that they feel that to accept the legitimate and verifiable achievements of ancient India as part of the Hindu template would be reinforcing, in the current context, the lurch towards uh, extremist Hindu politics. Now, I believe these are two separate problems.
I want to focus on another word in the title, not just the great, but Hindu. I think this book, since I've known you for so long and read all your books, marks a certain kind of definitive shift in your thinking, because 10 years ago, you might have called this the great Indian civilization, but now it seems you're naming names. Let me give another example before I frame my question. On page 7, you're actually calling out what you really mention as the Hinduphobia of the likes of Romila, Thapar, and Amartya Sen. So you're not, I think, throwing any punches here. You're going six guns blazing, it would seem. And I'm saying this in the context of, recent attempts at dismantling global Hindutva. Now, I know that you consider Hindutva different from Hinduism. That's not the point. But the point is, was there a presence, either explicit or implicit, of denialism, negationism, Hinduphobia, that made you write a book to defend Hindu civilization? That was my question about the timing of it.
Well, Makarand, it is both. It is both a defense of Hinduism against some of the unwarranted, in my view, attempts to devalue, denigrate, and demean it. At the same time, it's a great tribute to many features of a civilization which I believe is marked by great antiquity, continuity, peaks of refinement, diversity, and assimilation. So it's both, but at least in the first chapter, and of course there are sections in which I do that later as well. In the first chapter, which is called Hindu Civilization, Myth or Reality, I make an attempt to rebut those who, even if guided by well intentions, end up underplaying Hindu civilization. And I will just define for you why they are doing it. People like Amartya Sen are so obsessive about the rise of Hinduism and political Hindutva that they are in a way mixing apples and oranges. What they do is that they feel that to accept the legitimate and verifiable achievements of ancient India as part of the Hindu template would be reinforcing, in the current context, the lurch towards extremist Hindu politics. Now, I believe these are two separate problems. One is within a democratic framework to take on what you believe is the distortion of Hinduism by those who claim to know it, and by the bigotry, exclusion, and violence which is often its subtext. That is one issue. But I don't believe that in order to do that, you have to deliberately underplay what I just said were the achievements of Hindu civilization. And that is why I question Amartya Sen. I also question Romila Thapar on sometimes her attempt to exclude many civilizational aspects of Hinduism, including art, culture, spirituality, philosophy, and aesthetics, from the rather narrow prism of a more Marxist interpretation of history, which sees it only from the vantage point of class conflict.
If you've enjoyed the conversation that you just heard, do subscribe to our channel for much more.